weeks of deadly protests and a dramatic shift in power, Bangladesh is now turning to this man. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus will be heading an interim government after the ouster of five-time Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the dissolution of parliament. It couldn't be a more stark contrast to the reign of Sheikh Hasina, who was labelled an autocrat. 84-year-old Muhammad Yunus, who's known as the banker to the poor, will be aiming to bring stability to Bangladesh. He answered a call by student protesters to temporarily lead the country.
It's a celebration now all over Bangladesh that she has left. Now they're free from her. This was something that they're hoping someday will happen. The students made it happen.
Yunus is a social entrepreneur and banker who's best known for his pioneering microfinance work that helped alleviate poverty in Bangladesh. He began providing small loans out of pocket to the poorest in his community and eventually founded the Grameen Bank in 1983. The bank quickly grew, with different branches and similar models now operating worldwide. Yunus and the Grameen Bank were awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006 after lending nearly $6 billion in housing, student and micro-enterprise loans, and specifically in support of Bangladeshi women. Muhammad Yunus has been a long-time critic of Sheikh Hasina, and in 2007, he had briefly proposed forming a new political party ahead of parliamentary elections. Yunus ultimately did not move forward with the plan. Sheikh Hasina accused Yunus of using coercion and other methods to collect loans from poor rural women while he was at the helm of Grameen Bank. He refuted these allegations. In 2011, Bangladesh's government-controlled central bank removed Yunus as the managing director of Grameen Bank, claiming he had exceeded the mandatory retirement age. While going head-to-head with Hasina, Yunus was booked in more than 200 cases, including a defamation suit and allegations of tax irregularities. Yunus and his team said he was being unfairly targeted by authorities. In January, a court in Bangladesh sentenced Yunus to 6 months in prison for labour law violations. In a separate case in June, he was indicted on embezzlement charges. Hasina's government insisted the actions against him were not politically motivated. Yunus has the support of students whose movement led to Hasina's downfall. In July, a bunch of them demonstrated against a controversial quota system that allocated up to 30% of government jobs for family members of veterans from Bangladesh's 1971 War of Independence against Pakistan. Protesters argued that this system is discriminatory and favours supporters of Hasina's Awami League party. They advocated for a merit-based system to replace the existing quota. The protests turned violent on the 15th of July as students clashed with security officials and pro-government activists. Hasina's government responded by imposing a curfew with shoot-on-sight orders. Internet and mobile data were also turned off. As the violence intensified, Bangladesh's Supreme Court ruled that the veterans' quota must be cut to 5%, with 93% of jobs to be allocated on the basis of merit. The government accepted the decision and restored internet, thinking that the situation would ease. But the protests only grew, with new demands for investigations into the deadly crackdowns and eventually for Hasina and her cabinet to step down. Ultimately, it's the students who won. Now, with Sheikh Hasina out of the picture, it falls on Muhammad Yunus to tame the chaos in Bangladesh.